I walked into my own bedroom and found my wife laughing in another man's arms. 13 years of love gone in a single breath. You never think it'll be you, the man whose wife betrays him? You always believe love, loyalty, and time will protect what you've built. But sometimes, time doesn't strengthen things, it weakens them. It was a Thursday evening. I came home early from work, something I hadn't done in months. The sunset bled through the blinds, casting gold stripes across our hallway. Her car was outside. Music played softly from the living room. At first, I thought she was cooking, like she used to when we first got married. Then I heard it. A laugh. Hers. And a man's voice. My chest tightened. My hand gripped the doorknob so hard it hurt. When I pushed the door open, I saw them. Her, sitting on the couch, his hand brushing her cheek, their faces too close to be innocent. She froze. He stood up fast. And I just stood there, silent. No shouting, no chaos, just the sound of the clock ticking behind me. "Mark, it's not what it looks like," she stammered. I smiled. Not the kind of smile that hides pain, the kind that says, "I finally understand everything." "Then tell me," I whispered, "what is it?" She started crying before she said a word. I didn't yell, didn't hit, didn't throw anything. I just walked out, down the street, past the neighbors who waved like nothing was wrong. My mind replayed 13 years of our life together. Our wedding day, the birth of our daughter, the time she held my hand when my father died. Every memory now tainted by a single moment. That night, I sat in my truck outside the old diner where we'd had our first date. I could still picture her there, nervous, stirring her coffee. She was 22, full of life and dreams. And now? Now she was a stranger I'd been sleeping beside for over a decade. I realized something then. People don't just fall out of love. They drift away when you stop noticing the distance. Maybe I'd been guilty of that too. Maybe we both had. But betrayal? That's not an accident. That's a choice. 2 weeks later, I filed for divorce. She didn't fight it, didn't even show up for the first hearing. When I went back to collect the rest of my things, she was sitting on the kitchen floor, crying. The house smelled like the past. Our pictures were still on the fridge, our daughter's drawing still pinned under a magnet. "Mark, please," she whispered. "I made a mistake." I looked around the kitchen, at the broken woman who used to be my world. "I know," I said quietly. We both did. But here's where my story should have ended. It didn't, because my revenge wasn't the kind people expect. It wasn't loud, it wasn't cruel. It was silent. I moved on. I rebuilt, while she stayed trapped in the ruins of what she destroyed. Months passed. I focused on my daughter, my work, my health. Slowly, the ache faded. One night, I was tucking my daughter into bed when my phone buzzed. A message from her. "I saw you today at the park. You look happy. I wish I'd known how to love you like that before I lost you." I stared at the screen for a long time before replying. "You did love me. You just stopped choosing to." I turned off my phone and went to sleep. That was my revenge piece. I ran into her at a grocery store. She looked thinner, older. Life had written regret across her face. She smiled faintly. "You look good." "Thanks," I said. "You too." She laughed softly, wiping a tear before it could fall. "You were always kind, even when I didn't deserve it." I didn't respond. I just nodded, picked up my things, and walked away. No anger, no bitterness, just the quiet satisfaction of knowing she'd finally understood. That the real punishment for betrayal isn't revenge, it's realizing too late what you threw away. 13 years of marriage, destroyed in seconds. But in that destruction, I found myself again. Sometimes silence is the loudest revenge. Would you rather let karma handle betrayal, or deliver the justice yourself? Forgiveness doesn't change the past, but it rewrites your future.